You'll have the waiver of liability, as well as a spot for them to sign for their 7 days, and then the 5 areas plus club and club that will be added down here on the bottom. So what's going to happen is on day 1, the MEA will fill out this sheet, have them sign off. They've already signed off on day 1, so they don't have to sign off here. They will hold on to this sheet. They then want to walk this guest into the spa to schedule their service. They only have a week to get this $10 massage. So it needs to be scheduled at some point in those 7 days. It will be with Jennifer's hourly technicians based on their availability. So she will not be adding people, adjusting her schedule, anything like that. It's going to be based on the availability that she has. They will also be scheduling any of the additional services. We want to get them scheduled on day 1 so they have a map of what their week will look like. If they get to day 5 and they haven't done any of this, chances are they're not going to because they're not going to have enough time. So it's the MEA's responsibility to schedule as many as they can on day 1. So the person comes in, uses the hub on day 1. On day 2 is where you guys get involved. This is the department head connectivity. So we've got the MEA signing them in every single day. So there's no more, oh, I've got to pass, great, have a good day. It's now you come in with our experience card. Guess what? You have to be signed in by an MEA because we want to know where you're at on your pass, what services have you experienced, and what can we help you to service next. So there's more of a personal contact. But the experience is completely different when you as a department head who has no interest in the sales portion. You just want to make sure that you're there to support and assist them. So on day 2, each department head will be assigned a day. So Stephanie would have Monday, Lois would have Tuesday, Raj would have Wednesday. So let's just say that this is a Monday, so whoever came in on Sunday and activated a pass, Stephanie would go up to the front desk, get all of these out of the binder that are sitting at the front. She then has to call them. The exact same process as your department head connect now. You've got their interest profile in front of you. You know what they're interested in. But that means that we all need to know everything about each other's department.
Let me tell you my thought on this. My thought is to break away a little bit from the current MEP process or the DH Connect. All right? I want to try to remove the sales from this as much as possible, and I want to make it a true connectivity piece where the guest that comes in now talks to Stephanie as, wow, this lady's giving me the experience of a lifetime. She's not jamming something down me. She's really concerned and wants me to experience it. What that means from you guys, you absolutely have got to know each other's business. This not only is going to be good for this, what's it going to do? It's going to break the silos in the club. So for clubs that have silos created with activities and with aquatics, this process breaks that silo down. It'll break them down. And now truly what we're doing is we're going to make money in clubs across the silos. Okay? We're going to make it across, not just one. All right? Does that make sense? You see why I'm going? Why I want to go that way? Okay.
Now, ideally, whoever's assigned that day, so whoever was assigned Sunday, if you are available and in the club, ideally we would want the MEA to call. Hey Jen, are you available? I've got someone who just activated an experience card. Yeah, I'll be right there. So you get that personal contact. Will that happen 100% of the time? Of course not. But that's where you would make the follow-up call the next day to introduce yourself. Just want to make sure I follow up with you to get all your services scheduled. I understand you needed to check your schedule. You will all have a master copy. We'll create a master binder in the MEM's office so you know exactly what classes are available that week. The spa is different. The MEA will be walking them into the spa because your services change by the minute. But we'll know you have 3 spots available in your Monday, Wednesday, Friday teen weight loss class. So we'll have a master form. So Richie signs up and pass, puts him in on Monday, he emails you across. So now you know I've only got 2 spots open. The MEAs know that, and the department heads know that. So that as they continue to schedule, we're not putting you out of ratio. So that's day 2. Day 2 through 7, every day they come in, they'll be signed in by the MEA, as I mentioned, so that personal contact every single day. When they bring in their pass, on the back side there will be boxes. So Stephanie, they come and take a master swim class. The instructor will sign off on that so we know it's completed. Now when they come in the next day, they have to show the pass to their MEA, so their MEA can sign off in the aquatics box. So we know exactly where they are in this process and what services they are utilizing. Obviously, if they don't have kids, they might not use the kids activity, but we want to know who's using what services and where they're finding the most value, because that's the area we want to play up to them for them to join. So that's day 2 through 7. We will be tracking this just as we do with our connectivity piece. Now it will be an additional piece. So each day in our huddle, I will be responsible for this report out. The department head who had the calls the day before will also be reporting out information. So Kelly, you call someone who says, you know what, Roz, I talked to Susie Smith. She's really interested in losing weight. She's a little bit intimidated. She hasn't been a member of the health facility in quite a while, and she's not really sure this is the best fit for her. Roz can take it upon herself, if she chooses, to connect with that person. So now she's creating future business and creating a value for this guest who says, you know what, they are just so friendly and nice there. They just want to make sure that I get healthy. It's not about my money, it's about me as a person. So that's the type of experience that you're trying to create. So I will be reporting on the number of passes that are currently active, which I'll be able to pull from the front desk finder. The number of completed services in each area. So if we have 14 active passes, 9 have completed a service in the spa, 3 have completed kids' activities, 4 have been into the cafe. The number of passes that are ending today. Number of passes or cards that joined the previous day, and the number of experience cards who have joined the month to date.
Why would we want the number ending? Why would we want to know the number of passes that are ending that day? Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Right now, we have no clue when these passes are ending, right? So now, the MEAs are read on to the number that are ending, and they're on the phone. And guess what? What's on the back of the card? All the services that they've gone through. The MEA now has a sheet that's a dialogue of everything that has happened, the day it happened, the experience that occurred, and every service that the member went through. Talk about a one-on-one experience conversation. Over the phone, notice that you've gone through, you went through the spa, your kids enjoyed the kids' activity. That's the type of connectivity we're looking at from the MEAs. That's what we're looking for on these passes, all right? Actually, we're not going to call them a pass, right?
They are cards, so it's a terminology different. Passes have no value, the card has a value.
So I have a question, like, kid, okay, so me and my husband and my 2 kids join. Do, like, me and my husband each get a card, or is it going to be like a family?
It's one card per family.
So, like, if I came into the spa and I say, I want a facial, my husband wants a massage, it's
Nope,
just
it's
one
one
service?
One service.
Right, they're just, you know, they're not, they haven't joined yet, but they're
Okay,
going to
that's
see
what we
what.
wanna give them a taste
We wanna give them a
Just
taste,
like
but
this
we can't get
cafe
them
that you buy a
everything.
meal, it's only $5,
Yeah.
I'm not, so.
Right,
okay.
that's something you can switch out. Hey, hon, you like to swim? Why don't you take the swimming class and I'll take the facial?
Okay.
Yeah.
And people join clubs for different reasons, so you may have a lot of different interests, and I mean, we give them the opportunity to try everything, or if they're just a swimmer and they only wanna try the swimming things, they've at least gotten to try what they're interested in.
I believe having the difference in the one-day, non-qualified pass, if you would, versus the experience life card. What's your thought? I'm just curious. I mean, what's your,
Yeah.
talk to me.
Because I mean, a lot of people come in and they're like, is so big, I didn't know this was there, I don't know I can do this, I can do that, and then a lot of people are intimidated, and then they don't come back. And at least this, they're gonna get almost a handheld all the way through the whole experience and understand everything that's
You're gonna have a much greater ability to close because they're gonna have a greater ability to understand all the services. And it's one of the services has got to reach out to them versus having not necessarily getting tuned into a service that they really want.
So to me, the critical part of this experience pass all goes back to that right there.
Qualified, absolutely.
So if
So
an
how do you feel
NEA,
about that? Let's talk about
well, if that NEA doesn't understand this process can take, or the value of qualifying that lead, this process can cost this club a lot of money.
Right, that's right.
Because we're gonna have the guy who just wants to come in and play basketball with his buddy, and that's it. So, you know what I wanna do? I wanna qualify that guy and give him a 1 day. And
That's
that's
right,
it.
and you have metrics on that. So you can take your metrics, we can by MEA, you'll know how well they take qualified leads and convert them,
It'll all be here.
right?
It'll
It's all
be
gonna
there.
be,
So you know when this program finally arrives is when? When do you know that this program's working?
Someone walks to the door and says, how do I get an experienced lifeguard?
Give me the experienced lifeguard. They don't want a 1 day.
one day, yeah.
So if somebody says, give me an experienced lifeguard, then you know this program's made an impact, right? I mean, think about it. If I was gonna join, this is what I'm looking for, because I want to go through and experience these things before I sign up. That's fair.
We need to make sure the MEAs know how to apply.
That's the
There
thing,
will
it's
be-
changing
That's the big
the,
thing.
changing the culture, completely
Yes.
changing,
There will be
which is
a
possible, we
complete
all know that, so.
Retraining, we have a whole new group of MEAs that are coming on, so it's a great time to roll out
Yeah,
with the new
absolutely.
process.
It's the way it's done.
And again, you're gonna
Nothing
know
else.
by your metrics